Hello, welcome back to Just Smell Better, the best fragrance channel in the world. I bought every single Rasasi Hawas fragrance so that you don't have to, and I'm gonna be ranking them from worst to best. So consider this your Rasasi Hawas buying guide. I don't know how I ended up with every single Hawas. I'm not even the biggest fan of the whole line, but I started with Ice, then I went to Fire, then I went to Elixir, then I went to Tropical, and then Black, and I somehow ended up buying the OG last. But the point is, I bought them all, I tried them all, I worn them all, and I made up my mind to see which one's the worst one and the best one from the Rasasi line. So the worst Hawas, in my opinion, keep in mind this is my opinion, I'm not saying this one's objectively stinky, it's just I'm not the biggest fan of the DNA, and it's because it's the new one, the Tropical, the Hawas Tropical, and I'm just not the biggest fan of the cologne that it clones, which is Shampoo Gautier Le Beau Paradise Garden. So don't get me wrong, if we're talking about how accurately it clones the fragrance, it's like a solid 95% accuracy. I do prefer this one over the original. I find it less headache inducing, but it's still pretty similar. So I'm just not the biggest fan of the fig note. I am a big fan of the minty note, but the fig note kind of just ruins it for me. It's a little bit too sweet, a little bit intoxicating, and like I said, a little bit too strong for my liking. So I can't wear it since it gives me a headache. Green woody fragrance, which is a good balance if you ask me, between a blue fragrance and a green fragrance. That means it smells kind of like earthy, woody, masculine, but also aquatic, perfect for the summer days. And it's also playful with the sweet coconut and the fig, which makes it a fruity, sweet fragrance, perfect for compliments. So I can see why people like it. It's just not my cup of tea. So, you know, don't be writing your hate comments down below claiming that this, a lot of people will be saying like, never let bro rank again. Bro, trust me, let me rank, bro, let me rank. This one is just ranked low on my list because I'm not the biggest fan of the DNA itself, but like objectively, it's a decent one, especially for what it was trying to do, which is clone the real one, the Paradise Garden. So if you like Paradise Garden, then this one's a nice one for only $65. Extremely strong, pretty good projection, pretty good longevity. I'm talking go on the sprays, like a solid 2, 3, 4 sprays max. It's gonna have you smelling good, and people are gonna be able to smell you. So it's decent, but still last on my list, the brand new Hawas Tropical. Up next, the second worst, I mean, these are not bad, but I mean, I gotta rank them worst to best. We got Rasasi Hawas Elixir. This one, I haven't even gotten a chance to wear it. I'm not even gonna lie to you guys. I'm not gonna, you know, deceive you and act like I'm a professional at this, but like from what I get in the air and obviously on my skin, I haven't taken it outside, and it's been hot in Chicago. It's been 100 degrees plus, and this one is a sweet, warm fragrance with a chocolate honey sweet vibe. So this one's like the opposite of this one, not for the summer. This one's a little bit more on the gourmand date night type of scent, a lot more masculine too. So I imagine someone like 18 plus wearing this one. This one's like for, you know, 13 to 17. Obviously I'm not capping it on over 18, but this one's more for younger people, and this one's a little bit more mature. I believe it is a clone of Shampoo Gautier Le Beau Elixir, which also I'm not the biggest fan of that DNA. But again, I do prefer this one over the original, and it is only around $45, I believe. If you're wondering the best place to buy these Rasasi Hawases, it's either in Joma Shop or Fragrance Buy. But yeah, this one's a completely different vibe from every other Hawas. They're all mostly freshies, and this one's the only sweet one. So I respect it for standing out. If you want the most unique Hawas and the sexiest smelling, like when it comes to a romantic date night, then this one's the one for you. For me, it's just a little bit too sweet. I'm not the biggest fan of the honey in this, so I more prefer a stronger with you and a start with the most wanted parfum if I'm gonna go out on a date night. But for $45, not a bad option at all, especially if you're looking for your next cheap date night fragrance. Next up, I gotta give it to Rasasi Hawas Black. This one, you know what, I take back my words. This one's not the most unique. This one is the most unique, especially for a freshie. This is a take on like a Creed Bence's DNA, but made a little bit more earthy. It keeps the same citruses like the pineapple, the lemon, the lime, the bergamot, but it adds some earthiness in there with the woods, then especially the oak moss. And so this one, like, it's the most masculine and the most mature. It's still a little bit youthful, so you can still pull it off if you're a teenager, but this one's definitely more, I can see it for like a grown man, or the most like dressed up fragrance. For example, this one's more for beach days, this one's more for date nights, and this one's the one that you dress up. So this one's the one that you pick up if you want to smell the most unique, the most grown up, and the most masculine from the whole Hawas line. So I personally like it. I've been enjoying it so far from the first impressions, the first time wearing it. I just find it nothing special like that for me to like hype it up and recommend it to you guys. It is unique, but I'm just not the biggest fan of the smell itself for me to like be glazing it and all that shit. Pretty strong too. This one's like overpowering, so it has amazing projection, good longevity too. So all of these Hawases have amazing performance, and this one especially is the most polarizing. I feel like people are gonna love it or hate it. It just depends on your mood. If you're more of like an earthy type of guy, then you're gonna like it, but some people might find it a little bit too dark. Or if you're young, you might prefer something a little bit sweeter, something a little bit more compliment getter potential. So be wary of this one. I recommend sampling before you commit to a full bottle, but it is only like $36. So if you want to risk your $36, then go for it. It's a decent 6.5. It's a good rating for this one, 6.5 out of 10. So next up, I gotta put in the OG Hawas. This is the third best in my opinion, and my most recent pickup. On my first impressions, I was actually not a big fan of it. I sprayed it on the tester strip on my hand, and I mostly got alcohol and a very faint smell. So I talked pretty negative about it, but today I had a chance to wear it the whole day. I'm talking, I woke up to go to work with my dad at 2 a.m. I did one spray, and it was filling up the whole car. I felt bad for my dad. We got back home, we went back to work like at 10 a.m. and I sprayed like 3 sprays because this time I was going on my own. And throughout my shift, it did pretty good. It projects so much, it lasts such a long time, and it smells so good, bro. Like, it projects a lot, it lasts a long time, and it smells so good. This is like a bubblegum sweetness and also fruity with a plum, and it's also aquatic, so it's a mixture of like a blue, fruity, freshy, and it's so good. It does have like a little bit of a musky feel, like a little bit like animalic, you know, something a little bit off. So I'm worried that to different noses it might smell like BO, you know, like body odor, which is not a good thing. I definitely got like a whiff of that like for like a split second, but then I picked up the plum and I was like, no, that's pretty good, bro. It's plum, it's fruity and sweet. I believe this is like a inspiration from Invictus Aqua, which I've never tried, so I'm not even gonna pretend to be an expert on that, but like people say that it's an Invictus Aqua clone. I've definitely smelled something similar to this though, maybe from the Invictus line. Nothing crazy unique, but it works for how simple it is and for how cheap it is at $22 on Joma Shop. I saw it as low as like $19 too. But be careful where you buy because there is a lot of fake ones out there. So buy from a trustworthy discounter like Joma Shop, Fragrance Buy. I would be careful about the TikTok shop too. You know, I would be careful from that because there's a lot of fakes out there. Again, for $20, one of the best freshies. Good for the gym, good for an everyday freshie, good for school, good for any occasion, honestly. So like a solid 7.5 out of 10 for this one. My second favorite Hawas has to be Rasasi Hawas Ice, bro. Like, I have such a love and hate relationship with Ice because it smells amazing, bro. It smells so good. Such a good compliment getter. Such a good smell. I don't know how they did it. It smells pretty synthetic though, so if you're not a fan of synthetic fragrances, if you're more of a fan of photorealistic colognes, then this one's not the one for you. But it's just so strong, bro. Like, sometimes it gives me a headache, so I can't wear it that much, but like this one smells like a better quality version of this one. It's still fruity, it's still fresh and aquatic, and it still has the plum notes, but I feel like it's an exaggerated version of the original Hawas, and it tries to make it a little bit more smooth with the Ice name, trying to make it smell like sparkling water. And so if it did that pretty good, I would have loved it, probably ranked it at #1, but for me it's a little bit too synthetic and a little bit too strong and overpowering, so those are the downfalls for me. but that can be a plus for you. I know some people love like nuclear projections, so if you want the best projecting, the longest lasting Hawas, then this one is your go-to. So in my opinion, for most people, if you're trying to blind buy a Hawas, this one is probably going to be your favorite one. The safest one is maybe the original one, the OG. I have a feeling most people are going to be drawn to this one a little bit more just for the smell. It's a little bit more pleasing to the nose, and it is the strongest one. So for most people, this one's going to be their favorite one, and it would have been for me too if it did not give me a little bit of a headache. So finally, my favorite one, Rasasi Hawas Fire. So this one, I find it to be the best smelling while being the most wearable. You know, this one's the better smelling fragrance, but this one, I can wear it a lot more. The name Fire represents it well. To me, it's a more spicy version of something like Dior Sauvage, which is a huge compliment getter. So if you kind of resemble Dior Sauvage, you're already going to be a big winner in the fragrance community. It's getting pretty hyped too online right now, and for that reason, honestly, a pretty good compliment getter. The notes are a little bit weird because it's like mineral notes. To me, it kind of smells like a premium Windex cleaner, like when you're wiping your table and it smells like lemon and a bunch of chemicals, but like it's some clean and nice chemicals, you know. That's why it has the mineral notes. Someone asked me in the comments, is Hawas Fire more sweet or more fresh? To that, I would say it's a little bit more fresh. When I think about sweet, I think about this one or this one. These ones have like the bubblegum sweetness. This one still keeps the bubblegum sweetness, but it tones it down a lot, and it adds the lemon, which adds the freshness. Amazing for the summer, a good one too for compliments. So to me, Hawas Ice smells the best, but Hawas Fire is the most complete package. So let me know what you think about my ranking. I know you guys are ready to type in the comments about how I should never rank again, but for real, let me know what you disagree with. At the worst place, Tropical, then Elixir, then Black, then OG, then Ice, and then Fire at the top place. This was definitely a hard video to make because like none of these are bad, but none of these are like 10 out of 10s, you know. They're kind of in the middle. Like I said, not the biggest fan of the Hawas line, but they do got some like bangers. But even their bangers are not like bangers, you know, like 10 out of 10. So it's definitely a weird feeling, a weird relationship that I got with Hawas, but somehow I ended up with all of these. So why not make a buying guide to try to help you out a little bit more on your decisions, and hopefully I didn't confuse you, because you know I feel like I didn't do a proper description for most of these. So yeah, man, you can sample all of these Hawases and all of my fragrances on my sampling website, smellbettersamples.com. The link is in the description. I got more blind buying sessions coming soon, more unboxing fragrance videos, so stay tuned for that. And yeah, man, thank you for watching. Just smell better.